Okay, today we're going over notes for solving systems of equations by graphing. Please pause the video for a minute so that you have time to read through the definitions because they are a big deal. But I'm going to start with graphing the equations. So as you see, these are equations just like you've seen before, so that's nothing new. All you have to do is identify the slope and the y-intercept and graph them. So here, y-intercept, here is our slope. And then I'm going to graph this equation. So I'm going to start on my y-axis at 0, 3. From there, I'm going to do my slope of negative 5, 3. So go down 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To the right 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, you please use a ruler. I can't because my other hand is holding my phone making a video for you. But you guys, it's really important to have straight lines when you're doing this. The next one. We're going to, right here's our y-intercept. It's at negative 3. And here's our slope. So I'm going to start on the y-axis on the same graph at 0, negative 3 down here. From there, I'm doing my slope of 1, 3. So go up 1, right 3. Sweet. I'm going to go the other way as well. Down 1, left 3. Just so it can help me to make that straight line. And I can see right there where the two lines intersect. That is the whole idea here. Is we're just trying to see where they intersect. Because that right there, if we write that as an ordered pair, that's a solution that works for both of these equations. So if I look right here, it's at 3, negative 2. So my solution is 3, negative 2. Now, not only can you see it in the graph, but you can know if you graphed it correctly because you can check it down here. So we have an x value and we have a y value. And in our equations, we have y's and we have x's. So all we're going to do is we're going to plug in our solution into the equation and see if it works. Just like we've done before, but we've only done it with one letter. Today we have 2. So I'm going to plug those in. So my first equation is y equals negative 5/3 x plus 3. So I'm going to plug those in. So for y, I'm going to plug in negative 2. And I have my negative 5/3 times x, which is 3, plus 3. Now let's see if the left and the right side match. So the left side's negative 2, nothing to do there. Now I want you to use your calculators and plug all this in so it's easy. So negative 5, fraction key, that's the ABC button. So fraction key 3 times 3 plus 3. And if you do that, you will indeed get negative 2. So far, this works on the first line that we graphed. On that first line, we know that this one works. We still need to check it for the second one. So copy the second one. Y equals 1/3 x minus 3. And we're going to plug in those same x and y values that we just solved for. So for y, it is negative 2 equals 1/3. Plug in my x, which is 3. So left side, there's nothing to do. On the right side, 1/3 of 3. You can do that right there in your calculator. 1, fraction key 3, multiply it by 3, and then subtract 3, and you actually end up with negative 2. So that one works out well. So you have the correct solution, so you graphed it correctly. Okay, let's try the next one. The next one, that's a little bit different on the first equation, because if you notice, y is not by itself, but y has to be by itself so that you can graph the equation. So I'm going to take this. On the same side as a y is a minus 3x. So I want to move all of this to the other side. So I'm going to have to do the opposite, which is add 3x to both sides. Now this is going to be gone. So what I have left remaining is y equals, and then I have negative 4 plus 3x. There we go. Now, once again, we have our y-intercept. Notice it comes first, but that's a number by itself. We have our slope. Notice it has that x on its back. Okay, now I'm going to graph this equation. So I'm going to start on my y-intercept at 0, negative 4, right down here at the bottom. And then from there, I need to do a slope of 3. Remember to make any slope into a fraction. All you have to do is write it over 1. There we go. So I'm going to go up 3, 1, 2, 3, right 1. Up 3, 1, 2, 3, right 1. Up 3, 1, 2, 3, right 1. Once again, if you do have a ruler, please use it. I highly recommend it. I would recommend also making a lot of dots, because if your dots intersect, it makes it even easier. Oops, I ran into my solution. Okay, now for the other one. Sweet, that one's already in slope-intercept form. So you can go ahead and just name them and then graph it. So here's our y-intercept, and there's our slope. Don't forget the negative. So I'm going to start right here on the y-axis at 0, 3, 3. From there, do a slope of -1/2. So down 1, right 2. Sweet, there's the intersection. Down 1, right 2. Then we can connect it. Once again, make sure you're using a ruler. There's intersection. So if we take a look at that solution, it is at 2, 2. So for a solution down here, 2, 2. Here's our x, here's our y. So now we're going to check it. So I'm going to plug it into the equations, both of them, and see if it works. When you plug it in, I recommend plugging it into the original, not to the one that you changed. Because if you plug it into the original and you don't get the correct answer out, you'll know that you made a mistake somewhere, and it could have been how you changed your equation. So always check it with the original. So I'm going to check it with y minus 3x equals -4. Okay, I'm going to plug in my 2 and my 2. That makes it easy. So 2 minus 3 times 2 equals -4. Once again, you can plug all this right into your calculator, not a problem. But you do actually end up with -4 equals -4. So the first line that we drew, it does work. So that was this one right here. For that line, it works. Let's see if it works for the other line as well. So once again, copying the equation, y equals -1/2 x plus 3. Okay, so plug in my 2 and my 2 for my x and my y. So 2 equals -1/2 times 2 plus 3. All right, here we go. So 2 equals nothing to do over there. Now, if you plug this into your calculator, but -1/2 of 2 is -1 plus 3 is 2. But you can plug all that in your calculator. Works for that one too, so you know that your solution of 2, 2 is correct.